Glory to VINESH BHOGAT. Perhaps a little bit of embarrassment to the BJP. Swagatham, Vanakkam, welcome. The exciting news from Paris Olympics last night is that VINESH BHOGAT of India has stormed into the 50 kilogram weights category freestyle wrestling competition. Obviously, this is an unparalleled achievement by any Indian wrestler. The best record till last night has been by wrestlers like Bajrang Punia, who went up to the bronze medal level. But now VINESH BHOGAT has assured herself of at least a silver medal, possibly a gold medal. A gold medal if she manages to defeat her American opponent in the final, Hildebrand, who is supposed to be a very accomplished wrestler. On the way to the final bout, VINESH BHOGAT has defeated very distinguished rivals like Yui Sasaki of Japan, who is the reigning world champion, reigning Olympics champion, a wrestler who has not lost an international bout in 82 bouts, and who was hotly favored to win Olympics gold medal in this edition. And thereafter she defeated Oksana Livach, then a Cuban wrestler by her second name is Guzman, and of course in the final she will meet with Hildebrand. Already attempts are being made to sing her to the skies. She deserves to be celebrated, no doubt about it. But when I saw the attempts now being made to turn her into a national icon, my memory went back to last year, to the most heartbreaking sight of VINESH BHOGAT being roughed up, pulled, pushed, and she lying on the ground, being protected by Sakshi Malik against the attempts of the Delhi police after its own fashion to arrest her. And her crime was that she protested against the inaction of the Delhi police against a powerful BJP MP, Brij Bhushan Singh, who was the president of the Wrestling Federation of India. But more than that, a BJP MP, a very rich man, one who commands a lot of political clout, whom the BJP cannot afford to displease. 6 wrestlers had come out and made specific complaints against Brij Saran. 3 allegations were made against him. One was sexual harassment. Third was sexual assault, which is a far more serious case. Third was stalking. So he was accused of committing crimes under IPC 354 and IPC 354A. And what is especially noteworthy is the fact that one of the 6 wrestlers who complained against the alleged sexual predator was a minor. So the allegation actually attracted the stringent provisions of the POCSO, which is to protect minors, girls, against sexual exploitation by men. And as per the provisions that law, Brij Bhushan Saran Singh should have been arrested forthwith. But nothing was done. Ultimately, the wrestlers led by Bajrang Punia, by Sakshi Malik, by VINESH, BHOGAT and others to come out on the street and agitate and agitate and agitate for days on end, for weeks. Still no action was taken, and finally in desperation they threatened to throw their medals which they had won in honor of the country into the Ganges. And before that they tried to march to the Indian Parliament. That's when they were arrested. So all this humiliation was heaped on VINESH, BHOGAT. And my worry is this: suppose VINESH, BHOGAT wins the Olympics gold medal, and I sincerely hope she does. She deserves to, if only for the fighting spirit she has shown and her adorable dedication to the task at hand, her amazing degree of discipline, willpower, all of which are commendable in anyone, especially a girl wrestler, lady wrestler. She is 29 years old. But what I value more than her winning an Olympics gold medal, please forgive me for saying this, let me make it as clear as I can. What I value more than her winning a gold medal in an Olympics event is her courage and determination in standing by the victims of sexual harassment and sexual assault by a powerful man whom she knew and everybody else knew would not be acted against by the BJP government, because one of the great attractions of BJP as a party and BJP-led government is that it does everything possible to protect its political assets, irrespective of what they do or do not do, from any legal consequences. And this has of course lent itself to a new concept in Indian politics, that is washing machine politics. Washing machine politics. I don't want to go into it because my concerns are not political. My point is this: a wrestler is distinguished for the fighting spirit he or she exemplifies. But is that fighting spirit commendable only when it is in the Olympics event? And is that to be despised and roughed up on the streets of Delhi if that same fighting spirit is used to protect the honor and integrity of 6 fellow wrestlers, one of them being a minor? Please think about this. What is more important, life or an Olympics event? What is more important? The honor of our women athletes, including girls, or some decoration on some international stage? As far as I am concerned, maybe I am very old-fashioned. For me, the number one priority should be honoring the physical integrity, dignity and sense of honor of our athletes. In fact, not only athletes, all women in this country. But unfortunately, action taken on sexual harassment cases depends very substantially on the social, economic, political status of the alleged predator. Now, this is an absolute shame. While this is a ground reality, we also proclaim from podiums that India is a mature democracy, and a hallmark of a mature democracy is rule of law, and the essence of rule of law is that all citizens are alike and treated equally by the justice delivery system, the law enforcement agencies, so on and so forth. These are nice things to hear about, but it doesn't happen on the ground. Anyway, because of the struggle undertaken by these heroic wrestlers of India, which attracted a lot of sympathy and support from people of all walks of life, ultimately the Delhi police was forced by public opinion, by popular resentment, to file a charge sheet against the alleged predator, and the court has found merit in the charge sheet. And after a long period of time, just last month, trial has begun in Delhi. And the charge sheet mentions 22 victims, 22 witnesses, and these witnesses include wrestlers, one physiotherapist, and one referee, among others. So it remains to be seen what happens to this case, because first of all, sexual harassment cases are very hard to prove. Clinching evidence which is required to convict someone is very, very difficult to produce and establish. For there are other factors that play in this. I don't want to mention any one of them. Now, the final point I want to say, suppose Vinesh Phogat wins the last bout, which is scheduled for tonight, late tonight, and she becomes an Olympics gold medal winner, and she comes back home. Will the Prime Minister of India, will the cabinet, will the BJP stalwarts receive her, treat her with the same celebration, euphoria and importance that was accorded to the Indian T20 World Championship winning team, on whose achievements great encomium, great praise and great political and state attention was lavished? How will Vinesh Phogat be treated? Now this is something that I would very curiously wait and see. Now, so even if Sakshi Malik loses the next bout, God forbid it happens, and she wins only an Olympic silver medal, she would still be an athlete of unrivaled Olympian achievement in the history of Indian sports stars. And therefore, if PV Sindhu was celebrated to such an extent when she won an Olympic silver medal for badminton, no, I think she won the silver medal for the world title, and she won the bronze medal in Olympics, and we remember what a national festival it was made out to be. I don't think such a celebration will happen in the case of Vinesh Phogat, even if she wins an Olympics gold, because she comes from Haryana. She comes from a very lackluster, socially lackluster background. These are the children of the earth, or in the words of Frantz Fanon, I don't want to quote his words because it's not the right occasion for it. The title of his very celebrated book sort of dances in my mind. I don't think I should quote the title of the book, though it's one of the very celebrated titles in the 60s of the last century. You can look that up. Frantz Fanon, F-A-N-N-O-N. He's a French Algerian author of some distinction, and he sort of articulated with unrivaled force the aspirations and the agonies of the colonized people, and therefore in the history of anti-colonial struggle, the name of Frantz Fanon will always stand out as something special. So this great achievement also creates some political embarrassment. I don't want to really sort of mention this except for a reason, and that reason is, it is important for a nation with any degree of self-respect. It's important for a nation that takes itself seriously to have certain objective standards in dispensing justice and redressing individual grievances especially when fundamental human rights are trampled upon. A woman's right to personal integrity, to protecting the integrity of her body, a woman's right to live and work unviolated in her maiden honor, is something too fundamental and too sacred to be surrendered to the whims and fancies of a politician. I am not saying that Brij Singh is established in his crime. No, it's only an accusation. It's an allegation. It remains to be proved. And as per our legal dictum, except in the case of PMLA cases, a person has to be deemed innocent until proven guilty by the court. The court has not pronounced him guilty, and we do not know if the court will pronounce him guilty. We do not know. But when a case is filed, every case of the same category must be handled in the same manner. If an allegation under the POCSO provision is made against a person, irrespective of his political and economic standing, he has to be dealt with exactly as any other citizen of India accused of the same crime is dealt with. You cannot treat people differently for the same crime or same allegation. It is mandatory that when an allegation is made under the provisions of POCSO, the alleged predator, the alleged offender, is arrested forthwith. All the more so in the case of someone who is powerful enough to influence victims and witnesses alike. Now, in the case of this case, the junior athlete, who is a minor and on whose complaint POCSO charges should have been framed against him, withdrew the allegation. Her father also withdrew the allegation, and it is reasonable to suspect that it was done out of free will, and that irresistible coercive force of some kind or the other was exerted in this case. And that is why I am saying that big whales, when they are accused of serious crimes which provide for serious punishment, they will go all out and do whatever they can to influence victims and witnesses so as to hide their footprints. Anyway, so it's very important for us as a society to wake up to the fact that we have a long way to go in developing a healthy respect for rule of law, without which our democracy will remain both weak and immature. We can go on saying that we are the most mature democracy in the world, we are a living democracy and all that. Yeah, democratic processes and practices are going on. Thank God, unlike in Pakistan, unlike in unfortunately in Bangladesh now. But democracy is more than a political process, as B.R. Ambedkar said. It's also a social, ethical culture. And it is from that particular domain that this idea that all people should be treated alike, because human dignity is the same and the value of a human life is the same, and the sense of honor that a woman feels is the same whether she is a powerful woman or a Harijan woman. But unfortunately, we have not reached that level of mature commitment to all aspects of rule of law, ensuring our citizens, especially women of the tribal background, women of the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, women of the poorer sections of society, protection against sexual harassment, even though more and more draconian laws have been put in place. You can put in place any kind of law, but everything depends on how laws are implemented and applied. It's at this level of implementation that everything goes awry, and that is a truth that is very evident in this instance also. So anyway, I am very proud of VINESH BHOGAT, proud of the fact that she has reached the pinnacle of this achievement in spite of the ordeal she has had to go through, in spite of the fact that these athletes could not train and practice for a long period as they were stuck in this street fight for justice, and then to come up with performances of this kind is truly incredible. I'm not merely saying amazing. No, it's not only amazing, it's actually incredible. Incredible is the word. So I wish her all the best in the last bout which is scheduled for tonight. May she bring her very best to bear on this bout, and may she prove successful. And may this heroic stand she has taken in defense of the vulnerable fellow athletes against alleged predators of formidable political clout, influence and power be amply, richly and justly rewarded with a gold medal. And therefore, for the first time, I am praying that the Almighty may strengthen her total being, imbue her with that sort of volcanic exuberance and unprecedented physical might, as well as inspired sense of the art of wrestling that would enable her to emerge victorious in the culminating bout, which will decide if she would be a gold medalist or a silver medalist. I wish her great victory. I wish her all the very best. My heart goes out in respect for VINESH BHOGAT. Jai Hind.